everybody, welcome to my channel where I am talking about TVs, movies, and most importantly, SpongeBob. Okay, the main reason I wanted to start this channel is because I want to rank SpongeBob episodes for reals. I've never done it, and I'm a big super fan. It's concerning. If you want to get straight to the ranking, go to this timestamp, but the timestamps will be in the description as well. If you like TV, movies, and especially SpongeBob, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be ranking every single season, the episodes in that season, and then we can just go beyond that. Sometimes we can just rank the seasons, we can rank certain episodes. Like I'm in it, you know. I have a lot of SpongeBob passion. I mean, that could be a separate video on why I love SpongeBob. That's like something to do with, you know, something else. I decided for my first YouTube video on this channel to be ranking the episodes from season 1 of SpongeBob. And that is not as pairings, but as singular episodes, because I just feel like, you know, sometimes the two episodes that are paired together, you just can't rank them as the pairs. One episode might be significantly better than the other one. I don't know. By the way, for my outfit, in case you're curious, this is a Dolls Kill SpongeBob shirt. They have a bunch of SpongeBob stuff online for adults, so I love it. I have a lot of things from them. But this is a Goofy Goober tour shirt. It's really long, 19.99 tour, and it's got these details on the sleeves. Very cute. And then these earrings are from Hot Topic. They're just a Krusty Krab, and I thought the colors just went really well with the shirt. So I've never ranked SpongeBob episodes, and I wanted to try it today with the tier list thingy that, you know, you can drag the picture. I've never done one, and I thought this would be the perfect thing because I have a lot of passion. I don't know what my favorite episode from season 1 is, and I'm curious, you know, once I'm under the pressure, I'm doing it, I'm doing the work, what will I decide? I'm so curious. I want to first introduce you to my ranking process, and I made my own categories. I stuck to the same, like, S tier, A tier, B, C, whatever, but I gave it my own SpongeBob spin. Okay, so I had trouble coming up with a title for the first category. I went through a lot of cringy ones. I won't say what they are, but if you have a better name for what I could give the S tier for my SpongeBob, because this is going to be lasting me throughout all 14 seasons so far. For now, for the S tier, I chose Smitty Werben Jaegerman Jansen. I couldn't put it all in the box, but that means it's number 1. It's one of the best, and then so on and so forth. So then the next tier is going to be Totally Coral. So that's like, you know, a step below the best. It's really good, but it may have something that I don't like about it, or a weird ending. Who knows? The possibilities are endless. The middle category is Lie-Spect, and that's from the Friend or Foe episode. And that means I like and respect, or like or respect the episode, but it may not be, you know, worthy of the first 2 categories. The 4th category is Weenie Hut Generic. So this is like, the episode's just not doing anything for me. It's maybe good to put on the background, or, you know, you just feel like, I'll just watch it because it's already playing. Like, I'll just play seasons and just have them running, you know, while I'm doing something in my room, or I just play them all the time, okay? The last category, which is my favorite, is Krusty and I Got Crabs. This means I just do not vibe with this episode at all. And really, this category, I don't see myself using that category or the one above, Weenie Hut Generic, very much during the first 3 seasons of the show. I feel like those spots are more reserved for, like, you know, the later seasons, the more recent seasons, where there's a lot of episodes that are some milk duds, some hit or misses. Some episodes do already come to mind if you are thinking of what you would put. But just to let y'all know, this is my opinion. I have seen these episodes so many times, I don't even know how many times. So I'm just ready to get started, and I have them in order here, and we're just going to go in order of the episodes. So Help Wanted. I can't believe I'm doing this now. I'm scared. Okay, Help Wanted. So we know this is a classic. This is the first SpongeBob episode. I think it's short, sweet, to the point. It introduces all the characters very well. The main characters, at least. Not Sandy, because she gets her other episode. But it's always just good to watch. And, you know, once I get through, like, all the Amazon Prime allows me to watch. I have Paramount now, but for now, I just watch what's on Amazon Prime. I will put Help Wanted at Smitty because, hello? Oh shit. Here we go. Help Wanted, number 1. That is going to be at number 1, but it's not going to be at number 1. You know, I'm going to put them in kind of a ranking order. I'm going to try my best. Reef Blower. So that's the one, if I recall correctly, that has no really talking, because I think they lost the audio recordings of the actors. Is that correct? I think that's correct. But I think it's cute. It's short, and it's like, I guess, filler. So I'm gonna put Reef Blower at Lyspect. I like it okay, and I respect that it is there to fill in for the time of the episode. Tea at the Treedome. I think this is a great introduction to Sandy. One of my favorite Sandy episodes, and it has so many iconic parts. I think that's my favorite episode of episode 1. That the Pinkies Up is iconic. I don't really have any qualms with it, to be honest. And I'll put it before Help Wanted as well. I hope I don't run out of room. I don't know how these work. I don't know if I can actually run out of room. Bubbestand. So I love any episode that has Squidward, Spongebob, and Patrick all together. I think they make a good trio. Squidward giving up his pride to blow a bubble, Spongebob and Patrick. And yeah, I have no qualms with this episode. I think it's gonna go up in Smitty number 1. Uh-oh. Let's see, would I put it before Tea at the Treedome and Help Wanted? I would put it before Help Wanted, but not before Tea at the Treedome. Because I keep thinking about what happens, or like the visuals in Tea at the Treedome. And I love Patrick coughing and saying, what kind of place is this? Okay, Ripped Pants. I will say I have some qualms with this one. Only with just SpongeBob kind of taking it too far. I get kind of cringe a little bit. I like the song at the end. The song at the end is really what makes it, I think. And let's see, what would I say? You know, episodes that take place at the beach, the Goo Lagoon, they're good. I think they're good. I've been thinking about them, and it's a little side note, but I don't think I put it at Smitty, and I don't know if I put it at Totally Coral. Where would I put it? My only qualm was the cringe part. I think for now I'll put it in Totally Coral. Jellyfishing. This is another Patrick, Squidward, SpongeBob episode. I like it. That's where Squidward gets injured. And they're taking care of him. I don't think it goes to Smitty, but I would put it at Totally Coral. And I put it before Ripped Pants because I love the trio episodes. Plankton. Okay. This is an interesting introduction to Plankton. This is his introductory episode. Usually, like now, like with recent episodes and seasons, I'm not a big fan of Plankton-centric episodes. I think they're just a hit or miss, really, because he's not my favorite character. I like more when he's interacting with SpongeBob and the Krusty Krab and Mr. Krabs and things like that. But if it's just him at the Chum Bucket with Karen, I don't know. I just can't vibe with him, really. I like the joke with the lab. Like, here's my lab, and it shows the dog. I think that's hilarious. When he's talking about the Krabby Patty SpongeBob is, and he's like, yes. It's funny. It's a funny episode. But I think I will put it at Totally Coral and behind these other ones. Naughty Nautical Neighbors. That is the one where they are fighting over Squidward. Is that correct? I have to make sure I don't get it wrong. I love this one with them fighting over the Squidward, and Squidward's my best friend in the world. I love it, and I love at the end when they make up, but Squidward's house is destroyed. I love everything about this episode, so I'm gonna put it at Smitty. The gang's all here. For now, I want to put it in the front. I love that one. Next, we have boating school. So this is where Mrs. Puff is introduced, and the fact that SpongeBob still goes to boating school. And it's one of my least favorite, I feel like, in the boating school, because it has something to it, but it's not one that I would like watch if I wanted to watch a Mrs. Puff episode. And I do think it gives a good introduction to their dynamic, and Mrs. Puff is not so hateful towards him as she is in the later seasons. So I would give it a lispect, and I would put it before Reef Blower. Did I do it? Okay, there we go. All right, pizza delivery. We know this is one of the best ones, I think. You know what? I'm not much in the SpongeBob fandom. I don't know the total like consensus of people's opinions on the best or the worst. This is my opinion, as we all remember from earlier. But I love SpongeBob episodes with SpongeBob and Squidward. Probably one of the ultimate ones. You get to see SpongeBob and Squidward go on this adventure, and then Squidward shows his soft side towards SpongeBob at the end, and has a nice little twist at the end. So I think, I have no qualms with it at all. So I would put it before everything, I feel like, in Smitty. Home Sweet Pineapple. I think this one's fun. I think it's like, it's good, but it's not like one that stands out. And I think I would put it in Totally Coral. And I'd put it, I think, right here. Yeah, I put it right here for now. Keep in mind, the way I rank these, I might not agree with them 2 weeks from now. It's crazy. This is not set in stone. This is my first time ever, so we're just having fun. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. This is the first episode, and it'll probably be one of my favorites because of how SpongeBob and Patrick get so excited. And I just love how they fanboy so hard over Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. I put it, I think, right here for now, in Smitty, kind of towards the end, because I have no qualms. I can't think of any. Pickles. Introduction to Bubble Bass, who you wouldn't think would become like one of the main-ish characters and getting his own episodes later on, which is crazy to me. I mean, they probably ran out of ideas, and they're like, yeah, we got Bubble Bass, let's do some episodes about him. Interesting. Some of them are good, though. They're all right. Pickles. I say still no Pickles all the time when I'm like thinking about Pickles. I'm not often thinking about Pickles, but when I do, I think of still no Pickles. And there's my car keys. I think that there's a lull in the middle when SpongeBob thinks he's losing his Krabby Patty making abilities. I kind of don't care for that part. I like the beginning and the end. That would be Totally Coral, and it would go before Home Sweet Pineapple. Hall Monitor. This is one of my favorite Mrs. Puff episodes. I mean, she's barely in it, and I like how he's taking his role so seriously. I like it. Do I have any qualms? Not really. So for now, I'm going to put it like towards the end on Smitty, like before Help Wanted. Well, okay. Oh, Jellyfish Jam. That is the one where they invade his house, right? And they're literally jellyfish jamming. Like, I think this one's cute. It's not one that I seek out. I like the Squidward interactions where he's like 18 hours. And then it kind of goes towards that ending with the whole song, which I think is cute. But it's just sounding like a lispect. You kind of get an introduction to the jellyfish, how SpongeBob likes jellyfish, and what they are capable of, apparently. And home invasion is one of those things. Okay, Sandy's Rocket. I think this one's good. It's probably not going at Smitty because I'm already hesitant and thinking about my qualms. The idea of it is really funny. The fact that they land back on Bikini Bottom and think they're in another planet. That is pretty creative. But there's something about it that I'm just not wanting to put it at number one. It's just not one of my favorites. It's, again, I just, for some reason with Sandy episodes, she's like barely in it, but I feel like some are a hit or miss for me. And I'll explain that later with the seasons. And I think Sandy episodes now with like season 1 and 3 are good. But I think as they go on, I just lose interest sometimes. We'll get to that, okay? I promise. But Sandy's rocket, I don't have many qualms for this. I'll put it at totally coral, but I'll put it like at the end, okay? Sorry that this is so laggy. Squeaky Boots, I love this one. I love that it is a take on the Edgar Allan Poe poem. Is that a poem? The Telltale Heart. And I love how maniacal Mr. Krabs gets. I love everything about it. So I'll put it at the top, Smitty. For now, I'm going to put it up here as third. Nature Pants. There's something unsettling about this episode, and it's probably because of why does Patrick all of a sudden want to claim SpongeBob? And I mean, I get it, he like misses his friend, but it's been just like a couple minutes, right? It's an interesting turn, and I don't know, it's just something about it that I just feel bad. It's unsettling in a way, and it just feels different than any other episode. And maybe it's because like maybe SpongeBob is just in a funk and he wants to feel something else. He wants to live another life. He wants to be free, which is kind of sad. So maybe that's why. Nature Pants will go in Lispect, and it'll go at the front because it has some of those meme moments that people like. You know, the Patrick one with the mean face, and the SpongeBob where he's, you know, stuff like that. Opposite Day, I love this one. This one is another SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward centric episode, and it's probably one of the best. It is going at Smitty, and I don't know where. Is it better than Naughty Nautical Neighbors? The concept of it is great, and I think that's probably why it would go up there before it. Culture Shock, that is the talent show one. It's a fun way for the cast to kind of be in an ensemble in a way, and you get to see everybody. You get to see Gary, Plankton, Pearl, Mr. Krabs, SpongeBob's parents, SpongeBob, Squidward, everybody. So it's a way to have a good ensemble episode. Let's see, there's just something about it that I'm not like a huge fan of. I put it in totally coral because I love the ensemble and how it has all the characters and you get to see a bit of everybody. But where would I put it? When am I going on? Going on what? The show! When am I going on the show? F.U.N, Fun. This has the iconic song, of course. And I love the line I love anything that Mr. Krabs says in this episode, especially, reach into his pocket and take what he's got. It's an odd, it shows like how SpongeBob is so forgiving. He's so open-minded to giving people a chance, the benefit of the doubt. And I think that's what's sweet about it. And seeing Plankton, you know, show his vulnerable side, his friendly side. For he's a jolly good rookie. For he's a jolly good rookie. I have to go at totally coral because I don't know, it's something about the SpongeBob and Plankton pairing that I'm just not used to. It's new, it's fun, literally. But there's something about it that I would put it at totally coral, probably towards the front, like right here. MuscleBob BuffPants. This is another Goo Lagoon episode that involves Sandy, Larry the Lobster. Kind of like in Ripped Pants, SpongeBob was wanting to impress Sandy, impress everybody at Goo Lagoon, just like he did in Ripped Pants. And I like this one, I think, more than Ripped Pants, but it is also the cringe of the fact that he, you know, is in that competition and he's not actually buff. Yeah, what is it about SpongeBob wanting to always please or show off in front of Sandy? Maybe he feels she's more superior. Interesting. a little theory to think about. But MuscleBob BuffPants, it would make sense for me to put it in the same category that Ripped Pants is in. So I think I'm going to do that. But I like this one. I like how cocky SpongeBob gets. I think it's amusing. Ooh. Squidward the Unfriendly Ghost. This one is an episode that grew on me as I kept watching, like rewatching the season. And I think this concept is so fun and so original. How they think he is now a ghost because they killed him, but it's actually his sculpture that he made. And him taking advantage of that. And I like how everyone shows up for the funeral. Mr. Krabs says, "We came just as soon as we were sure you were dead." Like, not when finding out, just as soon as we were sure. I think I put it towards, this is getting more difficult. Would I put it in Totally Coral, but at the front? It's a SpongeBob Squidward Patrick centric episode. Why would I not like it? So I think that's why I would have to put it up here. The Chaperone. This is where we're getting kind of introduced to Pearl. We saw her in Culture Shock, I believe. But this is where we're like, it's more of a Pearl-centric episode. I really love SpongeBob's getting ready montage. I think the twist at the end with, it's actually his dummy that he made, is weird. You just rethink everything. It's like, that wouldn't happen. But was the dummy just talking to Mr. Krabs at the end, or was he there the whole time? That's what confuses me. But I think it's fine. Would I put it in Totally Coral or Lispect? I think I put it in Lispect. I'd go like in between boating school. No, I put it in between Nature Pants and boating school. Because this is something, it's not like totally rewatchable to me, but it's fine. It's a good introduction to Pearl and her character. Employee of the Month, another SpongeBob Squidward episode where they're competing, and I love how competitive SpongeBob is getting for his title, and just seeing their dynamic is really fun. I think I would put it up in Smitty, and I would put it, this is hard, I put it right here. Okay, sorry, that took long. Scaredy Pants. Okay, I don't care for this one, and I don't really know why. It might be because this is a Halloween episode. I find the ending used to be unsettling because it was revealed like he just shaved all of him off, which is interesting. But it introduces the Flying Dutchman, which is a character I do like. But it's also like there's something about it it's another good ensemble episode too. But I just don't like it for some reason. But I can respect it, and I will watch it. I'll watch it. I don't dislike it. I just don't. It's not one of my favorites. But it would go before Reef Blower. I was a teenage Gary. This one is kind of weird. It's the thingy that they insert themselves with, and the transformation. Didn't that scene get cut out? I don't remember. But I kind of hate how Gary was neglected, and then all of a sudden, he's ill, and I hate that. I hate seeing that. And that happens in a later episode too in the seasons where Gary's neglected. Oh, it's kind of multiple times where he's neglected. But this one just makes me sad. I don't like watching it. The song at the end, where they're meowing, it's just weird. Okay. Would this go under Krusty and I Got Crabs? Maybe it does. I didn't expect anything to go in that category just yet. Because it's not like, I don't think it'd be Winnie Hut generic. It's not like generic. It's an interesting idea that they are turning SpongeBob and Squidward into snails. I think I'll put it in Krusty and I Got Crabs. Because I just do not vibe with that one. Let me know if you do. SB129. Okay, I like this one. It's a Squidward-centric episode. And it goes into the future, into the past. And the little fun twist at the end where Squidward actually does invent jellyfishing. So that was funny. I'd say it's Totally Coral. I put it at the front, I feel like. It's just not like one of my favorites. Karate Choppers. This is a really good SpongeBob and Sandy episode, introducing SpongeBob's, I think, maybe the first time, his hobby of karate. And I think it's kind of absurd how Mr. Krabs is like trying to ban it, and he gets fired. And I like the scene where they go to the park and they make the Krabby Patties and Mr. Krabs catches them. And I love the ending too. I love karate. I love money. Squidward says, I hate all of you. Like, I love that part. I put it at totally coral. There's something about that episode in the beginning that I love. It has a scene or a quote that SpongeBob does that I love. I can't remember what it is though. Because it's absurd to me that Mr. Krabs is so like willing to fire SpongeBob because of this, is why I would put it in totally coral. And I would put it right here in between Jellyfishing and MuscleBob BuffPants. Okay, we're getting close to the end. Sleepy Time. Sleepy Time is a really good episode to involve the characters more and get to know their personalities and what they're like. So I like it for that. And I don't have many qualms with it. The one dream I don't like is the Mr. Krabs one. I don't know why. It just like I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't like the Mr. Krabs dream. Because I think it's the water and just the darkness. It's unsettling to me. And I like the SpongeBob saying at the end when they're all at his house, like, why are you all in your pajamas? It's so cute. Okay, Sleepy Time, I think we'll go in Lispect because I like it and I respect it. And I guess I put it in the front. Yeah. Suds, I like this one. The dynamic between SpongeBob and Patrick and how he is so trusting in Patrick, and Patrick is just so stupid. Where would I put it? Lispect or Totally Coral? I would watch this one anytime, so I think Totally Coral would be good. And it'd go in the front somewhere. Oh, okay. Valentine's Day. You know, I was thinking, have they made any more Valentine's Day centric episodes? Because it's not a holiday that, you know, a lot of TV shows acknowledge and make an episode about. Maybe like once. But this is a really cute one. I love how friendly SpongeBob is towards everyone, giving them gifts. And Plankton getting a little tiny heart. Sandy taking most of her day to help SpongeBob give Patrick this gift. I think it's very sweet. I would put it probably in Lispect towards the front, maybe after Nature Pants, because I like it and I respect it. The paper, I like it. I like because of the SpongeBob and Squidward centric episode. For some reason, when I was like watching season 1, and somehow like that episode kind of just got away from me, like I didn't see it, and all of a sudden I was like, what's the paper? I don't, like, something happened where I wasn't able to watch the episode. And so like I watched it, I was like, oh, I like this episode because it's such an absurd plot with Squidward for some reason like just losing his mind over SpongeBob having more fun than him with a piece of paper, because he has all these things like, oh look at me, but you know, you gotta have the imagination to be able to use the paper like SpongeBob does. I like where Squidward's giving away all his stuff and he's like, okay, the shirt, here's the shirt, and SpongeBob, you know, folds because he always loved that shirt. So I think that's funny. And I love the scene with Gary using his clarinet and SpongeBob is in front of the mirror, and he's like just checking himself out with Squidward's shirt. It's just, I love that visual, that scene. So the paper would go Totally Coral, but I don't know how. I put it right there. Yeah. Okay. So Arrgh, that is the first kind of Mr. Krabs, SpongeBob, Patrick episode. I like when Mr. Krabs is trying to fit in with SpongeBob and Patrick. Doesn't happen often, and one time it got banned because he was trying to fit in. But I like this one a lot. It's going to go up in Smitty. I love everything about it. I hate how greedy he is, but that's just like his character, and he is like that all the time. So that's something you have to accept because that's just who he is. I think I put it right here, like in the middle right here. Rock bottom. This one is so different than the others. It's a SpongeBob centric episode, and you explore a whole nother world with this weird language, and the whole scene with him trying to get on that bus and trying to get the chocolate bar, kelp nougat crunch, right? That, I love everything about it, and it's frustrating, but it's also like has a interesting ending. So it's like, okay, SpongeBob, or no, Patrick's going back down there. I wonder if he has the same trouble as SpongeBob. I'll put it in totally coral, I think, and I'd put it like at the front. Texas, this is a classic. This is probably one of my favorite Sandy episodes because it's just like, okay, I don't really care for the beginning, like where she's like, you know, getting depressed and she's singing the song. I like the whole sequence where they're getting her off the bus. She's chasing them to the Krusty Krab. I love the barbecues and the square dancing and the gallon hats. I love all that. So I put it in totally coral, and I would probably put it towards the front as well. Walking Small. This is probably my favorite SpongeBob and Plankton episode. I watch it all the time because there's so many quotes I love. I love everything about it, and even though SpongeBob gets cocky, he quickly learns that this is not the way he needs to go. You used me for land development. So that's going to go up in Smitty. I think I would put it in front of Bubbestand up here. Girl. Or after Bubbestand. Yeah. I don't know. I can't decide. This is hard. Fools in April. This one is interesting. I like it. SpongeBob and Squidward. I mean, the prank is not deserved. The prank could have been much more tamer, but I like the whole beginning where he's so excited and he loves April Fools. He loves pranking everybody. Squidward just doesn't like to have fun. To me, it's a classic, but it's also like it has its flaws. Up here in Smitty, probably right here, because I don't like seeing SpongeBob sad. But, you know, it has to happen sometimes. Okay, we got 3 more. Neptune Spatula. There's something about this one that I just don't like. I like the beginning where they're at the convention, where Patrick is, you know, keeps taunting Neptune, and he gets torched by his, what is it called? I forget what it's called. But there's something about it I don't really care for. I'd put it in Lispect, I feel, and towards the back, just because for some reason I just don't like it that much. I think there's funny elements in it, but there's something about it that to me is not rewatchable. Hooky. I like this one. I think it's going to go in totally coral because of the concept, the fish hooks and Mr. Krabs and the prank they pull at the end. But it could go in Lispect as well because, I don't know, I don't like Patrick it can be a bad influence. We know that. I put it in totally coral because there's episodes in there that I think are better than this, or that this one is better than. I put it like right here, I think. Yeah. Okay. And then last one, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 2. This is where he gets the conch signal, I believe, and he wants to join the force, and they try to leave him, but he helps them defeat the dirty bubble. I think this one has fun elements. It's not as good to me as the first one, so I think I would put it in Lispect right here. We did the whole ranking. Only one Krusty and I got Krabs. No Weenie Hut generic. To be honest, I don't feel like looking at this order and trying to change anything, because I feel like my process, I'm going to stick by what I thought, because if I start changing things now, I'm going to be like, what?
12 seconds later.
I think I moved Sandy's rocket to Lispect. I put it down here. Uh-oh. You know, I got to think. You know, I got to think. But overall, you know, I think it'd be nice to look back at this later on, and see if I'd make any changes. I could make a video on that as well. I guess my favorite is pizza delivery, and then opposite day, Nautical, Naughty Neighbors, Squeaky Boots. You know what? I can vibe with this ranking. And, you know, it's not always set in stone. There's always some that you're just like, you like some one day and then you like some other. I get fixations on episodes, like especially in later seasons where I, you know, kind of just don't pay attention to some episodes, and then I actually pay attention and I find elements and scenes that I really love. I'll just like kind of sometimes rewatch that episode multiple times. That happened with Pest of the West. I once watched it like 3 times in one day. Maybe some people have done more. Good for you. That is my ranking of season 1 episodes. But if you have any comments, nice comments about my ranking, let me know. Like, what is your favorite episode of season 1? What's your least favorite episode of season 1? If you want to see me rank more episodes, I'm going through every single season of SpongeBob because I have seen every single episode of SpongeBob. That's why I feel like right now is a good time for me to rank them all, and hopefully rank them all before the movie comes out in December. I'm excited for that. It's around my birthday time too, so it's like a birthday present. Thank you. Subscribe and like this video, and make sure to stay tuned because I'll be posting more rankings, and we can see where it goes from here. I also want to rank some other TV shows that aren't SpongeBob and get more into that because I do watch other things. I just recently finished rewatching the Dexter series, not Dexter's Laboratory, the HBO or Showtime, I think it's Showtime series with Michael C. Hall. So I watched that, rewatched it, and I would like to do a video on that or something and talk about it because I spent a lot of time watching it. But yeah, now I'm back in the SpongeBob groove, and I'm excited to keep talking about it because it's my favorite show ever, and I hope that you enjoyed this ranking. And if you have any ideas for what the S tier category could be called, drop it in the comments below because I just couldn't think. I could think of many category names for bad reasons, for bad episodes, but I just couldn't think of one that would be like, I thought of like best sleigh ever or Bubbestand, like bad stuff, bad. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.